Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Pre-Market Analysis Live for Thursday, February the 4th, 2021. Hello, beautiful Gates. How are you, sir? Are you ready to trade your most preferred stock? For those who do not know the story, uh, beautiful Gates had his first 10 bagger on Qualcomm a few weeks back. So, uh, so yeah, that's the story on here. I was reading a comment about a place to be able to trade pre-markets. Okay, pre-market, the earliest one maybe it's Webull, but I mean Webull has so many restrictions, so that's just need to be aware of that. That's a question that somebody was asking inside of the Discord. All right. Hello, Miss Marcy. Welcome to Stock Markets Technical Analysis for today, February the 4th, Thursday. So we're going to take a top-down view of the US equity markets through the eyes of SPY, QQQ, IWM as we usually do. I'm sharing my trading view screen on here. And if you have a stock that you would like us to take a look at, uh, please, this is the time to enter it. I already have a stock, at least that's one trader posted yesterday that we're going to go in. So after we're done with SPY on here, we will definitely do that. This is a chart of Amazon for yesterday. Yesterday actually was not that bad. Well, it was you needed to act quickly. Yesterday on on Amazon, the 4,000 calls yesterday on Amazon. Within the first 5 minutes, they went from 4,000 calls way out of the money, $700 almost out of the money. Went from 6 cents to 45 cents very quickly, and then they settle around 30 cents for the first, let's say, hour or so on there. That's the power of the GangstA trade on there for us, folks. We showcased for you yesterday on here how to go about some of the levels to use Amazon. So yeah, GangstA really mean that we are trying to steal cheap contract, that is, while the price is still unsettling in the first 10 15 minutes. So okay, so this morning let's go ahead here, top down analysis view. SPY, QQQ, IWM. What do SPY has in store for us? Yesterday was mostly is a tiny candle. Yesterday there wasn't much movement here yesterday. You can see the daily candle on here. It was range bound overall, open at 382.44, went as high as 383.70. That's less than $1. And then on the other side, actually, from that top, yes, but it wasn't conducive to making money in the last 30 minutes as usual. Just a tiny bit. We made a little tiny bit. I mean, where we were using the 382 put, very close money. So on this decline on here, you could have, let's say, it went for us from, let's say, 18, 19 cents to about 30 cents. But that, I mean, we have seen way better uh, outcome. So, but today, what are we looking for? Well, as of now, the gap, it's a small, tiny gap up per se from yesterday. Well, I mean, that's what SPY does. So, it's a middle of nowhere, right? We have done previously at this level, we have done mostly sideways. You can see here looking at the left. So between, let's say, January 22nd all the way to January 26 thereabout. So this is one of those days where, okay, we just look at SPY and we're patient because tomorrow is expiration day, if there's no big move. Next 10 is QQQ. The text, well, Amazon and Google, they had earnings yesterday, so that definitely was bullish for QQQ. It gapped up a little bit, not a little bit, it gapped up significantly between, let's say, Tuesday close of 322.42 and the opening of Wednesday yesterday at 325, went all the way to 328. So you would have had, let's say, about 6 points, between 5 and 6 points on QQQ, though, so that was decent. But really, intraday, it never gave the idea that it was really pushing that much. On the 15-minute chart, this is what it looks like yesterday. I mean, for the third, yep. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the 15-minute chart on there. And as usual, the yellow line is the exponential moving average 8 period. The green line is the exponential moving average 20. So meaning really, really, really range bound for most of the day yesterday on February the 3rd after gapping up a little bit. All right. So that's QQQ. So same thing. QQQ has expiration tomorrow. Such is the case with IWM. IWM was the one that actually yesterday, after posting a low at 212, it staged a little bit of a rally, right? So for this touches here at the lower Bollinger on the 15-minute chart, it staged a little bit of a rally that fizzled a little bit. Did we trade it? Yeah, I think we had very tiny contract on there, but it wasn't much. Wasn't much. We made a few bucks here and there per contract per se. We went from, I think we were trading the 217 on the one we spotted this above. We were posting higher highs. The 217 called, and they were going for 39 cents, and they went all the way to 50. So meaning 10 cents per contract. That's about 25%. Okay, 25%. Okay, for on a Wednesday, and then we did really that always cap that, because by the time they start doing these shenanigans, we were out. So that's what's on there. So from the daily chart, the bullish trend is still intact. So actually, this look very, very tight now, very, very tight. So as every day that's coming by, you see how the upper Bollinger, it's coming down on the price, and the lower Bollinger is coming up. So this is a pinch, and usually when you have that pinch, that means there is a burst of price. You can see something like that here. You can see something like that here as well, and then the Bollinger Band will start opening up. That's from an observation point of view. That's something that's you can take away out of the chart on here. So let's see here the big move on IWM, because resistance has been all the way here at 218 or whatever. So let's say from that move, we can expect, if the break it's on the upside 220 and above. If the break is on the downside, well, we will be looking at a strike price below the green line, the exponential moving average 8 period. All right, so that takes care of the ETF. The top view, as we say hello to Miss Marcy, welcome. We say hello to Mr. Andrew in the live chat. Let's bring one stock that I was asked yesterday to take a look at is Apple. Did I already have it on here? So let's wait as I'm not sure why TradingView it's just going through that. So yeah, AAPL is a chart that a trader requested for us to analyze. All right, so what's your analyze on here for us? Okay, so this is a daily chart. We had a substantial run leading to earnings, right? Yeah, that's a strategy though, or that pattern that we have seen many stocks do. A week or so out of the earning was on the 27th. Yeah, it looks like far away already, right? Last Wednesday, my friend, in this market, a week time is like, what? That's like so far away. And then from there, from after its earning, it's actually came back down with the rest of the market. So tradable, definitely. This run up tradable, the comeback down, and then now is recapturing. The last couple of days, the last 3 days, it has just not done anything at all. Nothing at all. So just doing sideways here around the moving average, between which are very close, the green line and the yellow line, again, the EMA 8 and the EMA 20. So from this perspective on here is we can say that, hey, the stock has found support at about 134, thereabout. So this morning is gapping a little bit. So it's above the EMA 8. So yeah, it can be traded bullishly actually. So I will definitely agree that as of now, it's points to a bullish trend. So in this case, the current price 136 in pre-market. If you want to GangstA trade it, I mean, this is a, I mean, we usually say is a no-brainer type of thing, right? I mean, 140, 142, 145, whatever, maybe all the way to 145 calls. You can trade a GangstA with that on Apple. And then on the downside, if they want to reverse, we have seen the previous lows on here, 136, or no, the low here is rather 130. So you can then use 132, 130, 132, 134 puts for the GangstA trade. So yeah, let's hope that this gap up here is conductive to movement. And tomorrow being Friday, the later we go into Friday, the cheaper those options going to be. So that's the take on there for the traders and many, I mean, not just for the trader who requested it, as we say hello to Miss Festus who just walked into the room. All right. So let's take care of that because we have to do which that the traders need, because again we are catering the contents of the channel to your liking. All right. Speaking of catering the content to your liking, we are getting a lot of. Let me not hide this. I need to show our filters, right? So our filters are optionable over $20 and over 1 million. This is obviously on FinViz that you know about, and we have been getting a lot of requests about it on the video that we have on our YouTube channel. People asking, oh, hey, you need to do a demo video on why you are picking the stocks and how. I mean, this is what we do here in pre-market, right? The whole idea is for us, the way that we do it here at Successful Trading, you can use it differently because we created another video on FinViz, let's say for penny stock or whatever. We gave you the criteria, all of that. For us on here, we want to trade options. So, and the FinViz help us. This is important on here for those who maybe are not attending our pre-market, because what I did, I just copied a link of one of our pre-market show where we talked about FinViz. FinViz help us feed into our GangstA strategy, if you will. Yeah. Why? Because the GangstA strategy is set up for any type of gap. So when we come in pre-market and I do this filtering, I know that these options, these stocks are very liquid in terms of the option. For the most part, yeah, there are always exceptions. I mean, because somebody can tell me, yeah, Telex, how about QS? QS, look at what QS has been doing lately. Wow, that's woof. That's woof. Oh, actually, you guys cannot see that. Let me do this. Always have to adjust this screen. That's my biggest pet peeve. Look at this. So the ATR were really increasing between December and let's say January. And look so far in the month of January how small the ATR has been. So no more wild movement that we've seen in the most part of December. That's how stock trade for you. But in any case, this on here help us identify gappers. So we can identify gappers based on different type of features, right? A gapper could be because the stock had earnings. So for instance, we can look at today because we are during earnings season, you're going to have more stock. So stock that had earnings yesterday after market close, they will be potential gappers for today, right? So AAPS, for instance, is one such stock, currently gapping plus 17%, or eBay plus 9%. Hello. Yeah. So yep, plus 9%. So definitely the next one on the list, PayPal. Absolutely. So PayPal on here for us, we are going to take a look. Well, for those in our Discord room, you already know which level that we are using. So because the first thing that I do when I study pre-market, my study started, well, I leave that to you to guess. No, I wake up fairly early, specifically today, and I go to bed relatively early by most standards. So we have a couple of gappers on here, and we know about at least one of them since yesterday, right? Qualcomm yesterday, for us, the moment the earning came out, everybody in the Discord was just tell them that will be GangstA trade number 1. So we posted that GangstA trade in our GangstA. Yeah, we have a GangstA trade room channel, if you will. So both PayPal and Qualcomm are the two that we study on here. But I mean, eBay definitely is another one, right? Definitely, especially the way that I love when stock gap up like this, yeah, because my bias is going to be on puts, and we know that those puts are going to be much cheaper. So I love that. So this is what this filtering on here it's feed into our GangstA strategy, because the whole premise idea is that when a stock is gapping, there is enough volume in it to attract traders. What does that mean? That means for you and I, for the traders who are successful trading, that stock will be moving. Granted, we don't know the direction, but we do not care in the GangstA strategy, right? As long as the stock is moving, we are bound to make money, up or down. And we want it to move fast and as hard as possible in whichever direction that it wants. That's really as simple as that. that's as simple as that. So this is the just one criteria here, earnings. So I can even combine several filters, right? So I can say, hey, he had earning yesterday or it had earning, let's say today in pre-market before the market opened. Do we have such stocks? There are plenty of them. And the one gapping, let's say Goose, Canada Goose, plus 18%. Okay, Penn National is another one on there that we know of. Yum Brands, it's not moving that much, but now we can even add, I was saying that we can add other type of signal. What type of other signal? So typically when there are earnings, analysts can provide upgrades. So there is no stock that's meeting the condition, all of this condition that I had earnings before the market opened and then it had an upgrade. How about yesterday? Yesterday after market close. All right, PayPal had an upgrade, folks. That's very important. Typically, and I've done research on this, yeah? I mean, maybe I've shared that before. Stock that have earnings, and then especially in the case of they are trending bullish, and then they have an upgrade, their move, it's usually more amplified because a lot of traders, they're looking for that. And typically, most retail traders, they're in even outside of earnings, because upgrade can happen outside of earnings, right? So they see an upgrade or anything, on those, I don't know, if you go to Weibo chat community or to stock tweets or even on Twitter, yeah, stock is upgraded, because what happened with an upgrade, analysts will put a price target. So that acts as a magnet, literally, because traders will interpret that, hey, the stock has to go to that price, but it doesn't have. Usually the target price is for the year. So we are only in January. So I don't know if PayPal came, the upgrade there. Let's go to PayPal here. If that upgrade came with, and you can see the upgrade here on Finwiz. That's why we like Finwiz a lot, right? So let me show you here. Here you go, February the 4th. So Atlantic Equities upgraded PayPal with a target price of $315. Well, the stock is currently trading at what level? The stock is currently trading at 266. So for a lot of traders, you will see that premium there of about $45, almost $50. That's an encouragement and enticement to them that it doesn't always work that way. But by and large, I think 2/3 of the time, let's say if a differential study stock that has earning and is tracking bullishly versus stock that has earnings tracking bullishly with an upgrade, the one with the upgrade will have a tendency to move a little bit further around that earning season. So for us, we are going to put that in application today, and what we already did. So if for our traders, they already know which level to use. Hello, Mr. Ryan. I'm not sure if you are joining now or you were able to catch the view on Apple. Yeah, I believe Mr. Rand was the one who asked for the question. Yes. So sorry, folks, if I get I give the wrong information about some, but I believe I can check inside of the Discord. The question was specifically about Apple stock. Let me see. Actually, let me check. There is no other stock on there. And again, I invited everybody. If you want me to take a look at the stock, this is the time right now, as we just passed 9:10 a.m. Eastern time in New York and Montreal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm reading the message from Mr. Ryan. Yeah. The other two stocks that we already talked about them, really, their earnings is not is today, but after market close, right? Meaning that for us, let's say I can show that here. Let me show that here. Let me reset this. All the stocks, and let's say we want today, but after market close. Yeah, because Thursday is a big day where you will have the launcher of earnings. So today, after market close, and bring your attention to these two. Am I showing the proper screen? Let me make sure of that. Pins and Snap. We talked about them yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, they have been trending bullishly since for the last 2 days. That's the famous ramp up into the earnings. So I'm not sure what else to say on that. It's so the technique is you can take a trade and follow any type of momentum that they had today, and you close your position before earnings. That's where you are not at the risk of implied volatility shenanigans. And trust me, the implied volatility is way high. It's higher on pins than on Snap, but still, My friend, Snap Pins is trading at $79, right? Good luck trying to buy anything, any contract for G cents. Let's say G cents is what, less than 50 cents, below 120. Actually, what am I saying? Actually, let's take a look. If there are no questions, let's take a look. Pick a look on inside of Power E-Trade to see what some of those levels. This is, again, we cannot repeat enough here on this channel the value of the knowledge about which that happened around earnings and the manipulation by the market makers of implied volatility. All right, so this gives us an opportunity to switch screen here and come inside of Power E-Trade. We're going to go to the option chain of Pins and Snap to illustrate which that we are talking about implied volatility. Here, everything is green on the ETFs to start off the day. How many times have we said that on here to start off the day? It seems like by default, that's like the minimum, right? SPY, QQQ, they have to gap up by 1 point minimum. But 1 point in many option, that's not much. Usually for us, what we have seen, 3 points and above, it's where you see any type of movement. We can even take a look at our so-called watch list of the short squeeze. Yeah, have we? People, are you still on that? Oh no. So in terms of the short squeeze on here, it has quite down a little bit, hasn't it? Where's GME nowadays? Oh, GME $93. Okay, let's see. Tomorrow's Friday. At that pace, I don't know. I may be interested into some late lotos on GME for tomorrow. It has only been 2 weeks since it was below $45, right? Mr. Andrew was the first one to alert us on there. So in 2 weeks' time, this stock could go $40-something to 480 and maybe back down. It's halfway there. And trust me, it doesn't take them. 50% here is nothing. So not much going on there. Yesterday, we made money on MARK. This is a trade that for us, we put this on this list just because of the price, but really, we don't have any knowledge of. We advise this trade in our trade idea in our Discord, actually in the public side of the Discord, not even on the subscription side. So yesterday paid out great. It paid out close to 100% because for us, we were stealing those. We started stealing them at 25 cents, and then we added more when those premium came down the first couple of weeks. The first couple of days this week. So we were able to sell the contract, take partial profit at 40 cents. So let's see. We are trading with the February 4th call. Yeah. So the February 4th call, February 4th, that's mean the third Friday of February. That's by default. So right now it's hovering at 393. And they added at the time that was the furthest option that we could get, so that's what we use them. So trading option stock that only have monthly options, it's actually not a bad thing if let's say it's a liquid stock, because it gives us the extra time, and usually if the stock is moving, that patience usually pay up. I have a great experience, well, this time about with MARK. The other stock that I like to do that is Dominion. I've had success in the past doing that. So finding stock that are monthly, you don't have to pay that much really, but then you can afford to pick a strike price that's further. So that's not bad at all. All right, so we came inside here to take a look at a couple of stocks. What is this one on here? I think this one has earning after hours as well. SKCA. Yeah, it could be a mover. It could be a mover. This is a wild stock that's usually what. So let's take a look at the option chain for pin interest. So I mean by now we have said many times pin interest is on a calm down to 100. Will it happen today after hours? A lot of people seem to believe so. But if we look at the volume, folks. Okay, maybe I misspoke, right? The stock is trading at, let's say, is jumping again to 2.5%. Yesterday, it was up 4% or thereabout. It was like 6 days ago, this stock was trading at $60. So for your trouble, you are making $17 gain in just a matter of weeks. That's the type of market that we're trading. So as of yesterday close, because that may change today. So Your implied volatility, folks, if you're interested in the 110 calls, yeah, $30 out of the money. Yeah, no biggie. $30, not much. You will have to spend about between 32 and 38 cents per contract for an implied volatility at 278%. Are you interested? So I think here, more seriously, the education part here, and there's open interest, meaning that there are people, there are traders. Look at all of these open interests. Yeah. As a matter of fact, because these are so expensive, I mean, come on now, like 80, 400, for $480 for one contract. So yeah. So the action, if you will, I mean, there are some 6.8 contracts of open interest, but this is where the action is, right? They are cheaper, but my friend, those I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch them with a 10 feet a stick going into earning, meaning that yeah, it's possible. It's possible during the daytime today to trade this, right? I can definitely consider trading because below 50 cents, if they start doing crazy thing, this can appreciate because hey, there's still room. They can make this implied volatility jump much higher throughout over the next 6 hours. But this is the reason why, folks, taking a trade into the earnings, it's not. You're very, very unlikely to make money because tomorrow morning at this time, this implied volatility will come down severely, severely. How do we know that? Here is the implied volatility constellation for this, and you have seen we have featured that consistently here. The 30-day average is at 126, which is high by itself, yeah. But now, with because of earning, it jumped all the way to 259%. So that's what's going on here. So in comparison, because this is something that as traders now we have the choice, especially in earning season. This are to influence what stock you're trading because of the cost, if you will, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to make money, and if let's say your probability of making money is better on another stock, you may as well go for that. So in comparison, right? Remember these numbers that we just showed you on Snap. In comparison, on the pins radar, here's Snap. So $30 over there is about 50%. Here, 50% move, it's about $90. And yeah, well, that's the last one. That's the last 89. That's the highest one on here because that's all that's my broker showing. So 89 strike is going for, well, as of now, they have technical difficulty. I'm guessing they are not showing even the price, but we know that is likely to be, as of yesterday, it was less than 25 cents. Yeah, because these you're at 85, they were going for, so meaning my guess, okay, so as we were saying that is updating, you see that there's no open interest, right, for 86. That's mean that the market maker just created them today. So these are brand new, folks. Yeah. How do we know that? They don't have an open interest. Trust me, there is no reason whatsoever why the 86, 87, 88, and 89 strike, they will not have any open interest, meaning at least one person yesterday would have bought some here. The reason all of these are zeros because they did not exist yesterday. I wish I took that screen capture on there. So again, similarities with pins. Look at this implied volatility, 280%. But hey, so meaning for me here, the trade could be during daytime, but you need that setup. They're starting bullishly. So if this bullish momentum carries on, yeah, you can trade this, but with the goal is going to be a day trade. Yeah. You can turn this. We showed that on AMG the other day. The stock didn't even move as much as this, and this implied volatility went all the way up. By the end of the day, way out of the money contracts such as this, they were paying 300%. That's something that we have noticed recently on days before hours preceding to the earnings. So that's the other opportunities on there. So if you ask me, maybe to do that, I see cheaper prices on a Snap compared to pin interest to use that technique on here. But if you can do both, and especially if both are moving, you can take advantage accordingly. All right, let's give everybody 10 minutes. We hope that You got something out of it? Hello, my friend, Mr. Wayne. How's New York City? glad, nice talk, nice discussion yesterday night. So I appreciate our time, our discussion. Hopefully, you were able to gather much information. Just as a summary, what are we looking at this morning? Qualcomm, PayPal, and then throughout the day, Pins and Snap if they lend themselves. But do not forget about Apple. It's gapping up as well. So that's a total of 5 stocks. So Qualcomm, PayPal, Apple, Pinterest, and Snap, they have earnings after hours. So the strategy, if you will, is to day trade them if, let's say, the market makers, they decide to entice people into greed for option. For us, we will not fall for that. We will gladly take their money and say hello and wait tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, that means, folks, no matter what, we will be trading Snap. We will be trading pins in the GangstA trade. I'll leave you on that. So same time, same people. See you tomorrow, folks. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great evening wherever you're watching from. Bye-bye.